Hello everybody, welcome to Mindful Moments number 9. I did have a different subject in mind, but on Sunday I was washing up and I was just thinking of I need some inspiration, something good to listen to or watch. And I like to check into the BYU speeches every now and then. And I came across a speech from a lady who is a professor there, who's a professor in like natural science and the environment and things like that. And she gave a talk about how she, over her 20-something years of teaching, has learnt lessons from nature and the world that can help her and have helped her in her life. Specifically, she went through a divorce that was quite traumatizing, and her body reacted in a very physical way to all the stress that she was under. Compromised her immune system. She just caught everything going. I imagine she probably went through panic attacks, anxiety, depression, everything that goes with that physically. And it was the things that she'd learned during her degree and her teaching that helped get her through that really horrible time in her life. So I felt the spirit kind of saying, okay, this is what you need to share. This is the message this week. I've definitely benefited hugely from nature in recovering from the things that I went through, and also to help me continue to be more resilient. So if I have the time, it's a bit difficult when we have school runs in the morning, but definitely when it's the school holidays. First thing in the morning, while I'm getting my half an hour of natural light first thing in the morning, if I can, I like to walk through the park that's just behind our house. And it really helps me to, being in nature more than anything is a massive way of calming down, regulating, seeing the bigger picture, feeling peace. It just helps me immensely. They do say also that that being near trees especially helps us be calmer, helps with our oxygen levels, that they release an energy within themselves and a life force. So in her talk, she talks about 6 principles that she's learned from nature and the world. The first one is how she needs to, and us when we're going through hard things, grow and strive towards the light. The second one is seek to be deeply rooted within our testimonies and our covenants. The third one was that she learned that high stress area plants, so plants and trees that grow in high stress areas, such as hard ground, not enough water, not enough sunshine, go through a lot of wind, all forces on them, are actually more resilient than other plants. The fourth thing was that she learned that we don't have all the answers. She would study plants and come up with a hypothesis and a conclusion, and then that whole thing and the whole conclusion would be blown out of the water a few months later with a different theory. And so she came to realize that she doesn't have all the answers, but the Heavenly Father does. The fifth thing was diverse plant communities, diverse environmental communities are stronger and thrive better, and took that in our own lives, that in our wards and circles that we're in, the more diverse we are and the more that we share our diversity, including our diverse struggles, that there's more unification and that those populations grow much stronger together. The sixth one, the last one, was the gratitude, and how she learned that nature more than anything and creation is so important to seek gratitude for it, and to let that gratitude sink in, and that it can do wonders for anxiety and depression. So I'm going to put a link to that talk on there. There will also be 2 things with that. Number 1 will be a meditation. If you're in the habit of doing your daily meditation, which is great, this will be a great one. Go ahead and search on Insight Timer for any other meditations specifically to do with nature. And the second one is a piece of music. perhaps if you're driving, if you just feel like you need to pick me up. There's a Japanese composer who I heard on the radio, on BBC Radio 3. And most of his compositions are nature oriented in some way, and I just thought it was beautiful. So this one's called Rainbow. So a meditation for you to practice during the week, a talk that is initially helps you understand why we're doing this topic, and then just music for playing when you just want to feel calmer, connected, whatever. So it's not a case of I want you to do all these 3 things. It's more, hopefully by now, by the 9th week, you've got into a habit that you're doing a daily meditation, and that you're hopefully we'll talk about this on another podcast, but your music may change. You have to be very selective in what music you listen to that helps you feel uplifted. That this will be something you can listen to during this week to uplift you. I hope you have a great week. I hope last week what did we talk about? I can't remember. My brain's gone blank. But I hope that helped you. It wasn't nighttime. Panic attacks. That was it. Hopefully you've had a better week this week experimenting with calming yourself down with those. But if any of you have seen any significant progress, significant to you, not significant as in that's, greatly measurable, please put those differences on there, any differences that you're seeing with this mindfulness each week. And then I'll see you again next week. Have a great week. Bye.